These are the tips that you have to put in your mind if you want to create a banger Afro beat, or if you want to make an interesting Afro beat. We're going to do this right after the intro. Yo, the name is Gossa once again, and still the solution Kara, providing solutions to your problems. Hit the subscribe button if you are new to this channel. Turn on the notification bell, like the video, leave a comment and subscribe. Alright guys, we are in FL Studio now. For you to create an interesting Afrobeat, you have to know these tips. Alright, so I'm gonna share some tips with you if you are a beginner. So when it comes to Afrobeats, I want you to select good samples. Alright, so from chord progressions to drums, everything has to be simple. Alright, so the very first tip that I'm gonna tell you anytime you are making Afrobeat is to create simple chord progressions. Don't make your chord progressions complicated. I mean, simplicity or less is the best in music production. I want you to put that in your mind. Alright, so always let your chord progression be simple. Let's listen to this one. Then what you can actually do to your chord progressions is to transpose some of the notes. Alright, so you can actually select this one, highlight this one, and hit Ctrl plus the arrow key up or down button to transpose this. Alright, to make your chord progressions sound more interesting. So let's transpose this like that. Then you can actually transpose this. Let's transpose this one rather. Alright, then transpose this one like this. Super simple. Now let's listen to the same chord progression. Alright, this is another tip that you have to put in your mind anytime you are creating chord progressions. Alright, so next thing that you can actually do is to layer your chord progressions with different instruments. Alright, so this one was EP plus Wally plus Times, which was electric piano, and you can actually layer your chord progression with different instruments like synth or choir pad, something like that. So listen to this one. So when we add it to the first one, you can actually tell the vibe that you'll be achieving. Alright, so the same thing, you can layer it, because when you are arranging your beats, you'll be switching the chord progressions based on the different instrument that you choose. Alright, now the next tip that I want you to put in your mind is to create simple melody. Alright, create simple melody. Actually, this was not the main melody, but I added this to give it that groove. Alright, so let's move on to the main melody, and I want you to create simple melodies. Don't overdo things. Listen. Super simple, guys. So the tip that I'm gonna tell you is to create simple melody, then always fill your melody with another melody. Alright, let them correlate, let them talk together. Alright, so if you watch this one, you can actually see that there was a space here. This space was filled by this particular melody. Alright, so let's listen to that alone, and always make the melody simple. Super simple. So let's play the melodies and you will hear. You hear that? So always don't let your melodies compete with each other. Always let there be a room for each of your melodies so that you achieve a perfect beat. All right, then you can actually play about 1 2 3 4. I always play about 1 2 3 4 up to 5. Maximum will be 6. All right, I just make my melody simple together with the chord progressions. So I introduced this particular melody to let's listen to that. Create simple melodies. Alright, so always don't let your melodies fight for room. Okay, so you can actually hear this one too. Let's listen. And always be playing with different instruments. All right, Afrobeat is all about percussions and guitar, kalimba, marimba, acoustic guitar, then soft synth, pad, electric piano. All right, so be playing with these particular instruments. And I did the same thing, just layer some of the melodies with another one. All right, so I copied this one and pasted it here to layer it with this particular flute too. Simple. All right, now the next thing that you have to put in your mind anytime you are making Afrobeat and you want to make it sound interesting is to always give it a little bit swing. All right, always play with this swing knob here, give it a little bit swing. Moving on to the next tip, when it comes to your drums, guys, I want you to select perfect samples. All right, choose clean and perfect samples. Choose clean and perfect drums. All right, select right samples because that will make your mixing easier and make your drums simple. So let's listen to the drums alone. Alright, this is super simple. And the next thing I want you to put in your mind is always try and add some loops. Alright, it can be shaker loops or maracas or conga loops, any loop that you can actually add. Try and add some to your Afrobeat. I mean percussion loops. Super simple. If you want to download these shaker loops, you can actually click on the link in the description box and God's side, I'm giving these free shaker loops to you free. Alright, so now let's listen together with these shaker loops. Change this one to song, then we're gonna unsolo everything. Alright, then you can actually play with other shaker loops. Alright, so let's add this one. Be creative, just be adding different loops to feel the vibes. Then always Afrobeat comes with transitions. Alright, so just create simple transitions. This is the transition. I want you to pay attention to them. Alright guys, now next step or the next step that you have to put in your mind is always mix your instruments. Add some effects. It can be reverb, chorus, then EQ your instruments. Alright, and some of your percussions you can actually EQ them to sound dope, alright? Because if you compare this snare, this is with EQ and reverb. So now with the effects on the snare alone, listen, this is why you always have to mix your percussions. So with the parametric EQ and reverb, this is how the snare sounds. And without them, guys, listen, you can actually hear that this is boring, alright? So always when you mix your beat, it will sound dope, alright? Now, next step that I always want you to do anytime you are making beats is to pan some of the melodies. We don't pan chord progressions and we don't pan main melodies, but other melodies you can pan them. We also don't pan kicks, alright? What you can actually do to your kicks always is to make them mono. When you bring it all the way to this side, it is stereo separation. I want you to make your kick always mono by dragging this knob here, alright? This is super simple, and always your kick cut off some of the high ends and boost some of the low ends, alright? So let's listen to the kick alone. Without the EQ and the mono, this is how the kick was sounding. You hear the difference? This was boring. To make it more punch, you have to EQ it. Simple like that. And guys, last thing that you have to do is to level your beat, alright? You can see I've done a little bit gain level here, alright? And guys, all that you have to do last is to arrange them nicely. Your beat can sound dope if you are making it, but when it comes to arrangement and you don't take care, you can actually mess up things. So I want you to subscribe to this channel, and I will come back and teach you how to arrange your Afrobeat step by step so that it will sound dope. These are the tips that I want you to put in your mind anytime you are making Afrobeat and you want it to sound interesting, banger. I mean, feel the vibe, alright? So if this video helps you, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, let me know where you are watching me from, and I'll be happy. Whether from United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, Asia, Africa, China, any part of the world, leave a comment and share this video. Let's do more music. The name is Gosai. Subscribe and watch the next video, how to mix your Afrobeat in FS Studio. Until then, do more music, come back for more. Stay blessed.